A special thanks goes out to Chefstemp for sponsoring this video.
This year you have to get out of your kitchen on Thanksgiving, fire up one of your pits and cook your bird out there. That and here is what today's show is all about. I mean, the stresses of Thanksgiving always come from too many things going in the oven. You run out of space. So why not cook the bird out on the pit? What we will cover on today's show, I am going to show you the best way to brine the bird, and it is not wet brined. To me, that is just a hassle and a mess. So we are going to cover a little bit of a dry brine today. And also I've got a vegetable medley that'll stuff the bird. And all this is going to be done on my Lone Star pellet grill. What I want to do, because it is absolutely brutal out here in the Garden State, let me run some footage on that dry brine. We did about a 30-hour brine. You can go from 1 to 3 days. Let's run some footage there. Then I'll bring you guys back the next day, which is today, and I will show you the vegetable medley that we are going to be using. We will talk a little bit about the show sponsor, Chefstemp, and then we will get on over to my Lone Star pellet grill and get that fired up.
I've got a nice 13-pound bird. This is a store purchased bird, so nothing special there. Out of the package she comes. Then you want to grab all those goodies that are going to be hidden in the neck or in the cavity. From there, you're going to want to separate the skin from the breast. You can do that easily by just getting your hand and just kind of moving it along. The skin is very thick, so it's not going to rip easy, but take your time. It is very important to do that. From there, I've got a simple dry brine recipe down in the description under the show notes. This is going to elevate the bird and with not only moisture but a lot of flavor. Incorporate that together and then just kind of work it underneath the skin and massage it into the breast, and also on top of the skin, on top of the wings, inside the cavity. Basically, you want to get that salt mixture all around the bird. And I promise you, if you have never done a dry brine on a bird, I feel it is definitely better than wet. Not only is it a lot neater than a wet brine, it just brings it gives you a juicy bird every time. It is easily my preferred method to cook a turkey. Once you get all that done, I've got some old thyme here. I am just going to stick it in the cavity. You can skip this step if you don't have it. The important part is get that salt all over the bird, all on top of the breast. From there, it's going to go on a tin, on a rack. It is going to go in the fridge anywhere from 1 to 3 days uncovered.
All right, as mentioned, here we are, and here's our bird. We've got a little 12-pounder. She has been resting uncovered in the refrigerator for approximately 32, 33 hours. That is going to bring us to today, but let's move this on the side. This here is going to be my vegetable medley that we are going to use to stuff the cavity of the bird. This is very fragrant, and this is going to give you a lot of flavors in the bird. Let's move that to the side. But what I want to do now is talk about our show sponsor, Chefstemp. Those that follow the show know that I have been using Chefstemp now probably for 3-4 years. I mean, I get contacted practically monthly from other thermometer companies to come on the show, and I decline them all. And one of the reasons is the Chefstemp just works. I have had a lot of the competitors here on the channel. If you watch the channel, you know. And I have had problems with most of them, if not all of them. This here just works. And I have to tell you, this is going to be the thinnest probe here on the market. We are talking a 40-hour probe battery life. Also high temperature resistance. We are talking up to 1,000 degrees. I have used this in live fire cooks, obviously being very careful, but I had still had this over the flame and have come away unscathed. Also, another thing that I like about the Chefstemp, you can store 2 more probes here on the back end. Now, if you see, I've got them color coded. What basically that is going to do, that is going to help me. I've got blue, I've got red, I've got green. That is going to help me control inside the app and also on this display here. And that brings me to another point I love about Chefstemp. We actually have a display that you can read your cook. So if you don't want to hook it up to the app and follow along on the phone, at least you've got the choice here to read the display here out on the front. I do believe they are one of the only companies that gives you that. This is also water resistant, so for those that want to cook out in the rain, as long as you're careful, it can get a little bit of wet. You just don't want to soak it out. So that is going to be water resistant. So that there is definitely another plus. Another thing I love about the Chefstemp, it is going to be Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, which basically means as long as you are hooked up to the app and hooked up to your Wi-Fi in the house, paired out with Bluetooth, you can now leave the house and monitor, which is definitely a plus. I like to run out to the store, maybe grab a coffee or so, and at least I know what is going on. And those are just one of the few things that I do love about Chefstemp, but the most important is that it just works. So again, I want to thank Chefstemp for sponsoring this video, and I am telling you right now, I use just about all of them and have never been disappointed. Alrighty, so here is my turkey. Again, this has been dry brining in the fridge uncovered, and what we want to do here, I've got this foil pan doubled up. We don't want any accidents. We don't want to puncture it. She is up on a rack. And also, just another point here, I have a nice tight pan, and basically what that is going to give me, that is going to allow these wings to be tucked in. I don't really like tying up the wings. It's usually going to mess up the skin here along the breast, so I like this method right here. And this is going to be our medley of vegetables. Like I said, this is going to put a nice aroma into the bird. We've got the usual. We've got some carrots. We've got some celery. We've got some onion. Now, one of the things that I like to do is I like to add some of my favorite spices in here. I've got a lot of garlic in here. I've got a little bit of salt in here, but I also add my favorite barbecue rub to this mixture here. Again, that is just going to release a lot of fragrance into the bird as it is cooking. And you can also pick up those medley packs with thyme and a different type of spices that you can cook out here into the bird. You can find those in your market. So basically all you are going to do here is just take your medley and start stuffing. Now, because we use that salt brine, I don't like to put anything else. As you can see here, we've got a lot of thyme. I've got a lot of salt here on the bird. I've also got a little bit of that pepper on the bird. So I don't like to do anything else here. I want to taste the bird. I don't want too much, too much flavorings out on the bird, on the skin. So look, once you get this bird all stuffed, it is ready to go. We are going to leave this here on the board probably for about a half hour or so. That's going to bring it up to room temperature. I do feel that is also important. In the meantime, we are going to get on over to my Lone Star pellet grill and get that fired up. Alrighty, so the grill is all fired up. We do have one more step, and that is getting my Chefstemp. We will get our probe out. I am going to take our probe here, go the thickest part of the breast. And of course, you want to be leery of any bones. You don't want to hit any bones. So that there is all there is to it. Now let's get on over to the Lone Star and let's start this cook.
Once your pit starts approaching that 350 Fahrenheit, we can get it in. I am going with smoking pecan pellets for this cook. Also, as you put your bird in the pit, be mindful where your heat source is. You do not want the bird directly over the heat source. In the pit, the bird goes in the pit. We will allow it to go for 2 hours. At that time, I will bring you guys back. At that 2 hour mark, we are going to do two things to the bird. One is mandatory. The second is up to you. The first one is going to be in rotating the bird. That is going to ensure even cooking throughout the, throughout the chamber, throughout the bird. Number two, mandatory, baste the bird. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So I'll leave that one up to you. I mean, there are good and bad reasons in each camp to do it and to not do it. On this bird here, because I dry brined it, I am ensured that skin is going to be crispy whether we baste it or not. So a little extra flavor basting over the skin, I feel definitely can't hurt on this recipe. Once you get it rotated, once you get it basted, once you admire the gorgeous golden color that we have on the bird, you can push it back in, and we are going to allow it to go now right till it's finished, probably another hour or so. At that time, I will bring you guys back. The app tells us 165 breast, 3 hours and 14 minutes bird. It is time to get this off. And as you can see, first off, the color of the bird is absolutely incredible. That is going to be those smoke and pecan pellets as it went from golden to that nice browning in color. I mean, I am absolutely thrilled on how this bird looks, and I cannot wait to get it down in the shack. We will allow it to rest probably for about 15-20 minutes. I don't have much time, and then I will bring you guys back. We will give it a quick slice open, give that taste test, talk about it, and then close out the show. Yeah.
Alrighty guys, and that is going to put a pin in this show here. And as you can hear, I am in the midst of some brutal wind, and I got to tell you, it is ice cold here. First off, shout out to Chefstemp for sponsoring this video. And I got to say, in closing with Chefstemp, they work with some pretty big dogs right now in the cooking industry, but they have never forgotten me over here at the Gallery Backyard Barbecue, as I am definitely an OG with them, so I appreciate that. I'll have all information down in the description on this Chefstemp here and all the other Chefstemps. I use them all here on the channel, so you will get all that information down below. And of course, here is our little probe job well done. We will take that out, and here is our turkey right here. And this is absolutely gorgeous. This is the color you get with that, with those pecan pellets from Smoking Pecan, and also that Lone Star grill. I am not going to hack this whole thing up now. I am just going to get one little slice off. And we've got some nice crispy skin. And that is perfectly cooked. I don't know, the camera never picks up the white, but could you see that in there, all the juices coming? Oh, look at that. That's juice from right under the skin. That is absolutely nailed. That there is absolutely incredible. Cooked perfectly on the Lone Star, handled masterfully by the Chefstemp. And again, get outside, cook your turkeys, free the ovens up for all the fixins, and I am telling you, you will have a better tasting Thanksgiving. Cheers. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely smoky, smoking pecan, Chefstemp, Lone Star. Put them all together and you've got a banger for a turkey right here. That is going to put a pin in this show. I appreciate you all for watching. My name is Tommy. Down here is Molly. And until next time, we will see you soon.